Hey guys, my name is Luke and welcome back to my Karting YouTube channel. Today we're at Team Sport Warrington for a 40 lap race. I've not been to this track before, but yeah, it was a great race. There were 12 of us in the grid. I started last and let's get into it. And it's lights out, everyone had a slow start, but I had a faster one than the two in front of me. However, I got checked up by this driver in the red suit, but that was okay. Pink suited driver had a quick spin, but didn't have to take the win in action. And then this member managed to kind of get the inside, but I had the outside, so it was all good. Managed to keep it around the outside between the two Dunlops on this driver, and that was 6 positions secured. And then just trying to get used to the track. But yeah, I did like two practice laps beforehand. Hadn't been here before, so yeah, just a bit of fun really. But yeah, just trying to learn from other drivers in front of me. This guy was quite fast, although he braked there, which kind of put him out of shape, so that was 5th position secured. And then yeah, just chasing after the rest of the pack. And the two, yeah, I'm not really what happened there, so fair. That was quite annoying. Didn't really lose much really, I think just that one position. But this driver I was chasing for quite a bit, and then racing with him for most of the race. But he pulled away quite quickly, but really deep into that corner I closed up a lot, but not quite enough. Again, yeah, still just trying to get used to the track. But I could tell that we had very similar pace. It was a really close battle. But yeah, I don't really know what happened there. I think it just kind of let me through. I'm not too sure. It went unnecessarily wide, but it was all good. This driver coming up really quick, but I got held up. Didn't really know what they were doing. And then yeah, two drivers just slipped through. Mistake on my part, but yeah, it is what it is. Driver ahead pulled away quite a bit, but you know, it wasn't like I could still see him. We were still within a corner of each other, so it wasn't too bad. I just thought, yeah, I wasn't sure if he'd already been here. I just thought I'd learn some lines and just see what I could do. Really, try and not lose positions. He went really deep into that one, and then I caught up loads. I thought I had a chance, but then my car felt like it bogged down really badly. I think I was pressing both pedals at the same time, but it was horrible. Like, you could see the distance he just pulled, and that was within like one corner. It was crazy. First yellow flag of the session. I'm not really sure what it was. I'm guessing someone just span out. There were quite a few first timers in this race, but yeah, no, it is what it is. There's a couple of red flags, a couple of yellows, but nothing that I didn't expect. Okay, back to green, and I caught a pack up. This driver that overtook me was at the back of it, and yeah, I knew that we could get through them quite quickly. They were back markers already on the 3rd lap, I think it was. And yeah, a bit of challenge, bit of fun. Try and not lose too much space to the driver ahead. A couple of corners later, I caught up to them. I think on the top section they were braking quite heavily coming up the ramp. And yeah, I just closed down almost immediately, really. Driver ahead was getting held up, as you can see, so I thought that could present a good opportunity for me. If he gets caught up, then I could just slide down the inside, take that position again. However, he managed to get through. Back marker didn't make it easy, and then we were both either side of him. And fair play to that back marker. You know, it made it really fun. But yeah, I managed to get down the inside of the guy I was racing. He didn't make it easy though. I left the door wide open. My mistake. He was out of shape coming out of the last corner, so I caught up to him again. But then again, the power of my car just seemed to cut out, so my progress had just gone. But you know, I wasn't too far behind. Like I said before, we were really similar pace match. So yeah, I just thought head down. There's still like 30 laps to go, so there's no point getting stressed. But what I was really surprised about is I'd seen videos on this track already, but I hadn't realised how bumpy it is. Like, you can see with the camera it's just moving so much, but I never really noticed. A couple of lap markers getting caught up with each other. But yeah, I hadn't really noticed how bumpy it was, and it's so fast, and you're going around all these corners, and it really hurts your wrists just trying to keep the steering wheel in the right position. Oh man, I was aching afterwards. But yeah, once again, same distance behind this guy on the same parts of the track, doing the exact same thing out of turn 1. Like, it just ended up being like feeling like it was on a crawl, like on mode 1 or something, speed 1 or something. It was horrible. By this point in the race, I was confident that we were running 3rd and 4th. I knew that there were 2 other members that I hadn't seen like all race, and they just disappeared. They were locals and they were fast, really fast. But yeah, I knew that we were 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So I just thought, as long as I stayed to the back of this guy, overtake him and then keep the position, then I've got 3rd place in the bag. You know, I think podium at a track I've not been to before is I'll be happy with that. About a lap later, I'm a lot closer around this part of the section, around this part of the track. I knew that if I keep it side by side around the Dunlops, then I can have the inside here, and then that's the position taken. I just needed to defend, and yeah, it was secured. I just kind of walked away a bit at that point. He kind of fell off and was a good few corners back. I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe it was like fatigue on his part that he kind of just needed to reset. I was trying to apply as much pressure as I could. So yeah, I think I did what I wanted to. Got 3rd place. Had a moment there, trying to get around the back markers too quickly. A bit overzealous, but you know, it is what it is. Didn't lose much time, and it's all good. I got clear track in front of me. I thought, let's try and set a fastest lap. They're really not. It really wasn't that fast. Looking back at the on the timing sheets, I think it was a 34.4 or something, which is like 4 seconds off fastest. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm just going to skip a few laps. There wasn't really much going on other than passing a few back markers. So yeah, I'll just skip to the pit stop. Okay, so pit stop coming up. The lights at the end of the start finish straight had the ones above the normal green light had turned green, signifying that the pit stop window was open. So yeah, coming through the pits is an absolute crawl, and obviously Team Sport Warrington has a long pit straight, pit stop, so it felt so damaging. But you know, I was the first one to do it. Wanted to just get it done. Was hoping that at the time the issue with the car bogging down, that was due to the actual kart, not me. It turns out it was just me, but you know. And then yeah, back on track. Getting the race done as soon as possible. Wanted to secure my 3rd place. I knew I'd already written off 2nd and first, just because I hadn't seen the entire race. Like, they were so quick. But yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. Clear track in front of me as I went, as same as when I went into the pits. And yeah, I just thought, warm up the tyres, get some good laps in, and a lap or so later I got up to this back marker to try and overtakes in different parts of the track. It felt quite satisfying going around the outside there, and then I went really deep and almost just span out, and that was horrible. But I think that was still just getting used to the kart. This was only like a lap after I came out of the pits. And then there was a red flag. The guy that I was racing, I think he had a pit stop, but then got into a dodgy kart and then had to do another one. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Like, he went out of the pit and then they had to push him back. And yeah, this was like a 5-minute red flag. Quite annoying, but you know, it is what it is. There's more on this later, because I think the guys at Team Sport kind of changed the timing sheets over. So like, I think he was like a lap down, but they changed it so he wasn't. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, as far as I was aware, I was still 3rd. clear track in front, just make no mistakes and keep going. Another red flag, but it was only like a minute or so, just back onto yellows. And back racing. Not much really happened on the second half of the race. Yeah, I was just kind of on my own for a lot of it. Few back markers that I overtook. I didn't put all of them in the video because, you know, I just didn't. But yeah, no, it was solid. I was just enjoying the track, to be fair. It's really good. It's just a shame I live so far away from it. Go up to this back marker again. Just seeing what happened. I managed to tap the barrier, so lost so much speed. And then they just braked unexpectedly, like going into that first left. And then I was right on their tail all the way through, and then straight away just overtook. Yeah, it felt really good. A few laps later, chasing down this back marker, got closed in really quickly. Position ticked off, not position, but back marker ticked off. On to the next one. And then I was chasing these two. These two were actually quite racy. I thought I knew that I'd overtaken them and they were black markers, but I was surprised at how quick they were. They unfortunately had a little scuffle there, and I didn't brake enough to avoid this guy, but he was okay in the end, I think. I tried checking on him, but it's hard when you're wearing helmets. But yeah, that caused a yellow, and then red flag. But right behind me here was the first and second. I just waved them through. I didn't want to impede them or just even impede my own race. But I just thought if I let them through, then nice and easy. I think the back marker head didn't quite feel the same. But yeah, I knew we were coming down to the end of the race now. I think this was like lap 35-ish. And yeah, I knew there was no one really behind me that was racing me, so I had third place. Really deep into that corner. Same issue with the braking, with the kart cutting out. But yeah, I think I was just sat too far forwards. It was just a bit stupid, really, but you know. And a lap later, I was catching up to this back marker, just ahead. Could see him tangle up with another back marker. Really lucky not to tap into them. I didn't want to do the same thing as in turn one. But yeah, it was all good. And then that was the yellow flag to signal the end of the race. It went over really quickly, and it probably looks like it was quite boring on camera, but actually there, I mean, like anything, if you actually experience it, it's just so much better. But yeah, it was such a good track, such a good race, and yeah, it was so much fun. There was 12 of us on track, and yeah, I made up 6 positions in the first half of the lap, and then just kind of ticked off the last few, and then was running third for the rest of it. The issue with the red flag with the racer I was racing against being pushed back into the pits, I think he had a pit stop, went out of the pits, the kart died, and then they pushed him back and he got in a new one. But they kind of, I don't really know of the system what they did, but they changed his laps basically. So they said that he'd done more laps than he actually had, which then I think put him ahead of me. So I was definitely running third. I was counting where I was running because I pitted before him. I came out in front of him, and then we didn't lose positions in the pits. And that was the only thing that I could think of might have been the issue. I thought maybe I had a penalty, but I knew I was still like five seconds ahead of him at least. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened. I finished 4th overall. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. First time at a track, started last, 12th. I finished 4th, so yeah, I'll take it and run really. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping to go back at some point. I live so far away, so from the track. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.